Hi everyone, welcome to St. Olavsleden again. Now we're halfway. We're halfway of the broadcasts, done three to go after tonight, and we're also about halfway at St. Olavsleden. We have reached the city of Östersund, and Östersund is situated right by the big lake Storsjön. And Storsjön means big lake in English, or in Swedish, Storsjön. In this great lake there is an island, also a big one, and we are on that island at this moment, and the island is called Frösön. The trail, the pilgrim trail, crosses the island of Frösön, so you have to cross one bridge, walk through the whole island, and then you cross the next one on your way to Åre and Trondheim. What you saw when we started was the church of Frösön. It's quite a famous church. A lot of weddings are held there. It's a medieval church, and it's from the 12th century. Beside the church, this house where we are at the moment is a pilgrim center. And today we will find out more about this pilgrim center together with Anna, who works at the center and at the church. So let's go inside, because today is not a day you want to spend too much time outside. It's a little bit chilly and we're waiting for the rain. But let's go inside, everyone. And this is Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hey, welcome here to Frösö Pilgrim Centrum.
Thank you very much. I told the audience now that you work at the Pilgrim Center and you work also in the church. But now we're in the Pilgrim Center. And I'm thinking maybe we should get a tour.
Yeah, sure. I'll show you.
Good. Welcome. First we are in the hallway and there are some stairways and we won't go upstairs. What will we find upstairs?
Yes, we just recently started a booking, so you can stay here overnight. We have 3 beds and we are open Tuesday to Sunday. So not Mondays, but the whole rest of the week.
And I did go upstairs and have a look, and there are 3 really cozy beds with a blanket in between them. Have you had any guests so far?
We've had one guest. He's here tonight, actually, sleeping.
And I did not tell you yet, but we will talk to him later on. One of the pilgrims who have now walked all the way from Selånger to Frösön. So kind of half the way. Is this half the way?
This is about half the way, I would say, yeah.
Okay, so the accommodation is upstairs. Let's go inside. This house is this, it's a part of the church, is it?
Yeah, it belongs to the church. We have a lot of groups coming here after the services on Sundays, having their coffee here, sitting and talking. And we also have now our pilgrim center here. So we have our information desk where you can contact us, call us, or email us. And once you pass here on the trail, we are also here to answer some questions about the trail, or to give you, to have a prayer with you, or to send you some words along the way, or a blessing, and yeah.
And this place also, you can actually get your guidebooks, and you can get some souvenirs. Let's have a look. What do people like to bring with them if they are pilgriming?
Yeah, we have the classic guidebook about St. Olavsleden. This one we have in Swedish and English. It's really popular because it tells all about the trail. You have every etape, every step on the trail. It's very describing, and I have it myself. I really enjoy it. It's easy to use, and yeah. So, and I would just say my favorite, since I work in the church as a deacon, I would say this book with prayers. It's really easy to bring in your backpack. If you want some inspiration from other people who have been praying all around the centuries.
Nice. And when you are pilgriming, how much would you like to carry when it comes to books? Because you don't want to carry too much, do
No,
you?
not too much. But I always bring 1 to 2 books wherever I go on my pilgrimages. Because always you have some time in the evening or in the morning or maybe in the mid of the day where it's nice to sit down and to have some time for reflection. And then it's good to have a book. And also a notebook, something to write on, because you do reflect a lot on the way. And then it can be nice to write it down.
I understand. In the back here, we also have some, well, let's call it souvenirs. And I would say the one on the bottom is like a handmade.
Yeah, this is handmade woolen. Really nice. It's very light, doesn't take much space, and gives you also some warmth. So
It's for your bottom.
yes.
Okay, great. And when you come here, you can stamp your pilgrim passport, both inside and by the church.
Yeah, you can get the stamp here on the information disc or by the church, by the clock tower. So, and mostly people go directly there when they come first, and then they come down here.
Let's look at the utställning. What's that
The
in English?
exhibition.
The exhibition.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the
let's
cafe.
look at the exhibition.
Yeah.
During our broadcasts, we have talked quite a lot about St. Olav, so we will not go through it all, but this is where you can learn more, I guess.
Yeah, it's really informative and very historical. So it's good for me to do some repeating, and it's also really good for everyone coming who wants to have some more information about St. Olav.
And if you go to yourself, your personal experience of St. Olav, what would you say about him? What does he mean to you?
For me, I would say actually Heliga Birgitta is more close to my heart. If it's okay to answer.
It's okay.
She has a prayer which says, Herre, visa mig din väg och gör mig villig att vandra den. Lord, show me your way and make me willing to walk it. And it's a really nice prayer. And it's so easy to carry with in heart. And I think the prayer is very useful for everyone, no matter if you're believing or not, or what you are doing in your life at the current moment, because mostly we don't know where we are going or where life is going to take us. So it's always good to be open-minded and to let yourself be led in life.
And if you believe that God is a piece of us all, then Olav was a piece of God, and he showed the way to Heliga Birgitta, because she walked this pilgrim.
Yeah, absolutely.
Finally, let's go inside, because this is the final room where we will rest and talk for a while. Where are we now?
So now we are in the cafe, where you can sit down and have some coffee here in the lunch. We have a bookshelf with all the books that we are also selling, and you can have a look in them and just sit here and read and relax. We also have lunches every day when we are open, and some fika, and it's really a cheap price, so it's good for pilgrims.
Good. I know the word fika is very special. Should we explain fika, or do you think everyone knows what fika is?
It's been, fika has been really famous, I think, in recent years, but it's the classic kaffe and bulle, so coffee and cinnamon roll. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Swedish fika. Pilgrimage is something that you have done yourself. So you're not just working within the church, but it's close to your heart. I know that. You've done the St. Olavsleden. Have you done more?
I did St. Olavsleden for myself on my own in 2020. And then I've done St. Olavsleden here in my work as well, with a group of youths doing their confirmation. And then I've also done Pilgrims Walk for Peace, Pilgrims Walk for Future in south of Sweden, starting from Vadstena, where they have another pilgrim center. And this summer I will walk a part of the Camino, which I'm looking really much forward to. It's in 2 weeks. So.
And when it comes to doing a pilgrimage, what does that mean to you personally?
For me personally, I always like to take at least 2 weeks a year where I do some inner searching and reflecting, and I split it. So I do one type of retreat each year where I am in silence, not walking around so much, but in silence reflecting, and then I do a pilgrimage every year. And for me, it's really nice to be able to be in my mind, soul, and body at the same time.
In your work, I also know that you help a lot of people by talking and listening to them about searching for their inner part. How is that work? What do people need help with? What are they searching for?
I think for many people, not everyone is so used to be silent, used with silence, and a lot of people forget that they actually have their answers inside of them. So it's quite common to ask for advice or to ask for help, but for me really it's only about reflecting the people that I meet and helping them out to see that they carry actually the answers themselves, mostly. Yeah.
So giving them advice is not really what you do, but just if they can start walking maybe, or start listening to themselves. Is that, it's difficult. I'm on a kind of an inner journey myself, and listening to my inner is so difficult to know how to do it when you're living in this stressful world.
Of course, it always depends on where you are at in life. I mean, it needs to be, when I'm saying this, it's about pilgrims, but I work as a deacon, so I also meet people in really stressful life situations where it can also be kind of acute. And of course, then I give some advices when needed. But mostly I would say that everyone has a power within, and I also believe that everyone carries a bit of God within also.
And when do you know that you have found what you're searching for, or you never know it?
That's a good question. I think you know when you have found what you're searching for. I believe it's something that you can feel in your body and in your heart, and I believe that you can be comfortable with it and about it when you take some time in silence and on your own. So that's the complex in it, because it's so close but yet so far for so many.
So if you would give one advice to stressful people who seeks but not have found yet, what advice would you do? And now we were talking about not giving advice, but what should they where should they start?
I would say keep searching. Don't give up. Do it in an easy way. Take a little bit of time each day. You don't have to start with a big pilgrimage or a long retreat at once. You can start by doing small things in your everyday life. So that would be my suggestion.
And we are now in the Pilgrim Center, not by the church, but if we just speak a little bit about the church. You work there every day, and when pilgrims come there, what can they use the church for? What do they find inside?
I think for a lot of people it's easy to go and lit a candle, you do that all over the world. And to be able to lit your candle and to say your own prayer gives a lot of people a lot of comfort and hope. But we play music every Thursday at 11:15, and we have some prayers. You can come on any of our daily prayers that we have at 9 in the morning and at 3 in the evening. It's by the clock tower then. But for mostly, once you get inside the church, the building itself and all the people who have been there praying and having services gives you the peace and the comfort that you might be looking for. But of course, it's also very historical. So if you're interested in that, there's information about it too. Mm.
One thing about this place is that it's a very, very beautiful spot during the Sankt Olavsleden, because you walk and then you see the mountains in the background. We will show everyone in the end of the program this one. But I know that people who come here usually talk about the beautiful view.
Yeah, I mean, look outside. It's like in the Jämtland flag. Green, blue and white, and at this time of year in June it's really green with all the flowers, Frösö blomster, so it's really beautiful.
Thank you so much. I will talk to you a little bit more after, but now I will exchange this Anna for another Anna. In Sweden, Anna is actually one of our most common names. Please come and have a seat. But you are a totally different Anna, so yes, you are. You work for the Environmental Protection Agency. How can we explain what that is?
Well, that's an agency that works with environmental issues and questions, everything from climate change to allemansrätten, or the right to public access. So, we work with policies, we work to create a good living environment.
And allemansrätten is something that we spoke a little bit in the earlier episodes, but tonight we will actually dig into that together with you, because I know you work with that kind of every day. So let's start from the beginning. If we describe it in easy words, what is allemansrätten?
Allemansrätten, or the right to public access, is quite unique, something we have in Sweden. And in a simpler way, it's the freedom to roam in the nature and to explore the beauty we have here in Sweden and the nature here. So it means that you can pitch a tent for 1 or 2 nights, as long as you do it outside someone's property and not on cultivated land, and there are a number of things you need to check up, but it's a freedom, and you can walk almost everywhere, as long as you do it with respect for wildlife and for other people and for nature. Yes.
And as a Swede myself, and you are Swedish, this is something that we almost have in our blood, I would say. We learn it in school, we talk to our parents, and it's a little bit difficult sometimes to explain it, just because it's a part of our soul. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think nature and it's a big part of Swedes' identity. A lot of people grow up being outdoor a lot and or close to nature, and so like the knowledge, like how I behave in nature, comes natural. But also we have people growing up in cities and not so close to the nature, and then the knowledge about allemansrätten might not be so good. Yeah.
So walking along the marked path of Sankt Olavsleden, let's say for that public access is something that's for the whole country, and there can be specific rules or whatever you call it at different parts, but this is like, we talk about everything, the common one. If you walk along Sankt Olavsleden, do you need to think about something walking through on a path like this?
Well, in general, like it's good to keep to the path. I think when you are planning for a walk like this or following a pilgrim's path, it's good to like do a good planning and do some research, like what should I pack and how should I like plan, like how am I able to cook my food? Is there a fire ban? You have to check that up. Do I have a cooking camping set, stove? How can I do my needs? How do I do that? And so it's good to do some research, like before you start walking, and also where should I sleep? Can I sleep here? And can I put my tent? There may be some locals regulations, so you have to do some research before you get out. Yeah.
So that's a good idea to do that. But let's also dig into these specific questions that there might be. So if the trail now goes through a cow paddock or some kind of other enclosure, is it okay?
It can be okay. I mean, if there is no other way around the cow paddock, and the path is going right through, it could be okay. And the thing is that you have to remember is to close the gate behind you, so no animals is getting out. And you always go into an enclosure on your own risk. Some cows with calves can be aggressive, so keep a good distance and stay calm. But yes, so it can be okay. Not in every time, but yes.
And we were talking a little bit about fire. If I want to cook or just warm my fingers, is it okay to make a fire?
It can be okay to make a fire. We usually recommend it's better if you use already existing fireplace, like more permanent, or if you use a camping stove. But otherwise, you can make a fire. But you have to have you have a lot of responsibility where you put lighting the fire. How does the ground look? For instance, it's better if it's sand or gravel, then the fire doesn't have a risk of spreading. But you also need to check up if there's a fire ban or some regulations in the place where you are. So yeah, you can, but it comes with responsibility.
Definitely. And if I need some wood for my fire, can I pick it in the nature?
You can pick twigs and branches on the ground that are laying on the ground. If you take twigs, for instance, from a tree or bark from a tree, you can damage the tree. So on the ground, that's okay. Yes.
What about picking other things in the nature, flowers or mushrooms or berries? Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. So you can pick flowers, berries, and mushrooms as long as they are not protected. So you need to also check that up, that they're not protected. But yes, you can pick as much as you can eat. Again, as long as it's not in someone's garden or it's not a plantation or cultivated, it's okay. And in some, I can say also in some protected areas like national park and nature reserves, it can also be some regulation that you might not be able to pick the flowers or berries there.
Yes, and I will also just say that you cannot pick all the mushrooms and eat them because you have poisonous mushrooms here.
That's true. Don't take the wrong mushrooms. No.
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom or the toilet, and there is no toilet. What can I do?
Yes. So if you're walking along a path, the first thing you should do is go away from the path and go away quite a long distance. And then you have to dig a little a hole. Yeah. And then you do your needs. And then you cover it up with soil or some rocks and cover it good. If you have toilet paper, you can either,
put it with the poop?
Yes, thank you. Or you can burn it up if it's not if it's not very dry or it's not a fire ban, or you put it in a little waste bag and bring it home. And sometimes we see that it's popular to use like baby wipes, and they could be good, but you should not leave them in the nature because most they contains plastic or chemicals, and that's not good for the environment. So they have to come back in your waste bag or back home. Yeah.
Is it okay to bring your dog everywhere you go?
Most of the time, yes, but you also have to have responsibility for your dog. So yes, the dog can follow you. There's between the 1st of March and the 20th of August, this is a very sensible time where lots of wildlife have babies and calves and cubs. So then you have to have really strict control of your dog so it doesn't run loose in the nature. In 99% of the cases, it means that you should have it in a leash. You should be careful when you walk past like livestock. So keep it in a leash there and try to avoid going through a cow paddock, especially with calves.
We have already talked a little bit about garbage, and I think most people think it's, of course, you should not drop any garbage. What do we give the advice for that?
Yeah, no, that's a good advice. We bring everything back, so don't leave any litter, even food we should bring back. So no, don't leave any.
No feeding of the moose.
No, I probably don't want to go too close to the mooses.
Well, allemansrätten is a Swedish thing, but we know that there is something similar to Norway. Do we know anything about that?
Allemansrätten is existing in Norway too, but it's a bit different from the Swedish one. So when you get over to the border of Norway, you have to do some research and check how allemansrätten is working in Norway as well. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Anna, for this very informative interview. Thank you so much, and I will now let you go, and I will invite Henk-Jan, Henk-Jan. You see, it's difficult with these new names. You have all the Swedish ones, and I get to learn one Dutch one, and then it's a problem.
No problem. Okay, thank you.
Already before you start walking, we were in contact because we realized that the day we would be here, you would also be here, because now we have walked from Selånger. How is your walk so far?
Heavy, but very nice. It was difficult the first days, but it's very nice to walk in the peaceful nature, beautiful nature, in the quietness. Yeah, lovely.
And you're from the Netherlands. Do you live in a big city?
No, I live in a small city.
But it's a crowded country.
It's a very crowded country. I live in a part of the Netherlands where we have a lot of woods and nature. So that's it's okay. But yeah, it's so quiet here and so big and yeah, it's lovely.
Usually you ask a pilgrim, why do you do this? Because everyone have their own story. Why are you on a pilgrim trip?
I'm on the pilgrim trip to think about the future, but also think about the past. What's happening? Must I do something and give it rest? What's happened in the past? Yeah, and think about the future, what I want and how I want to live.
So how has this reflection turned out so far? Have you come up with answers, or are you still in your journey? How is it?
No, I'm in a journey. I'm busy with walking my overstays and where do I eat? What do I eat? When can I buy some groceries? When that's on this moment the busy one, and a couple of days I think that's normal, and then I go thinking.
How many days have you been walking at the moment?
11 days. Yeah.
And did you walk every day or did you have a rest day so far?
Yesterday I had a rest day in Östersund.
So a big city, and that's a place where you could get some groceries.
Yes. And some things that I forgot in the Netherlands.
You said it was good but hard. How is your feet? How is your body? Is everything working for you?
My body is working perfect. My feet are terrible. A lot of blisters. I never walk. I walk a lot, but I never walked blisters, and now my feet are. No, not one great blister, but I think 4 or 5 are there. Yeah.
So how do you solve that now? Have you found something to put on them and hope them to go away, or how do you do with it?
Yeah, I had a first aid kit with Compete in it and some plaster, and I have some colleagues to ask what I must do, and it's going very well. Yes, yeah.
And how many days do you think you have to continue all the way now to Trondheim?
I don't know, and I have 6 weeks to complete the Olavsleden, and I will see what's happening.
So that means you have not planned and booked every night. You take it as it comes. Is that right?
Yeah, 1-2 nights in front, and then I see what's happening.
I know that you were aiming to use a hammock and sleep during your walk, but you changed your mind. Tell us about your experience.
I've stayed 3 nights in a hammock, and it was terrible. The mosquitoes, there are a lot of mosquitoes this year in Sweden, and it's not possible to be in a hammock. It's buzzing the whole night around the hammock. It was not fine. The hammock is back to the Netherlands.
You send it back and you now sleep indoors.
Indoors, yeah.
And you are the first night at this place.
Yeah, I understand I'm the first one. Yes, it's very nice. Yeah.
Good. We have a question from one of the watchers, viewers.
It's very light outside and it's hard to sleep. What can you do about that? Can you use a sleeping mask?
Someone is asking about the light, because we do have light almost all night. Is that something you've noticed?
Yeah, that's there. It's never dark in Sweden on this time in the year. I have a mask, but when you close your eyes, it's dark.
Yeah, so mask would work. In my bedroom, for example, I have a cover which is really making it dark as well, and I think many places have that.
No, that's exceptionally. Yeah, but many places have no darkness in the rooms.
Well, then our advice to this person is to bring a mask then.
Yeah.
When you need food, you were talking about groceries, how to cook, when to do it. How have you been planning your food during the trip?
Now I look forwards when I get the next door, and then I look where do I stay overnight, give they dinner or is there no dinner, and then you take your food, but light food, noodles and that stuff. Yeah.
So you have your own little cooking gear with you?
Yeah, there's a little cooking camping stove is there. Yeah.
Now you have walked half the St. Olavsledens. You don't know what's coming, but so far, do you have a special place or a special person or a special memory that you would share with us?
Yeah, it's difficult. All the places were fine and were good, and but I stay in the Olav's cabin. It's new this year. This was a very nice place. Yeah.
Why?
The cabin was complete. Was built with effort and I think even with love. And the view out of the cabin was exceptional. It's very nice, yeah. and the people who rent the cabin are nice and friendly. They would want to do everything for you.
You mentioned that for me before we started the program, that you chose St. Olavsleden because of the silence and not too many people. Have you met any other pilgrims during your walk?
Yeah, I think about 5. There are more, I know, but I don't meet them.
So you have not a group and you meet every night. It's not like that.
No. I have one couple of Belgium, sorry, that I have seen twice, no, it is not every night the same people in the same hostel. No.
And what about the Swedes along the trail? Do you get any contact with them, or are we a little bit to ourselves? How are we?
No, certainly need to yourselves. There's a lot of contact and friendly contact. You can get coffee, you can get tea, you can get water. There's a lot of possibilities. Great.
Do you know, Henk-Jan, I have a stamp, and I have the passport for this broadcast, and we have 3 stamps at the moment, so this is our 4th. So would you do the honor in stamping it for us? Ooh, the 4th one.
It's a big honor. It's a big honor.
Great. It says St. Olavsleden, Frösö kyrka. That's where we are at the moment.
Yes. And with the church, this stamp is here in the building. With the church is another stamp.
And has it been fun for you to do the stamps? And have you collected many?
I think I have collected a lot. Some stamps are not there, unfortunately. Someone taking, I don't know. But when they are on the route, I'm take the stamps.
Well, I would like now to ask Anna, can you please join us again? You can take my seat, and I will take the other one, because you have both done the pilgrimage, and Anna, you're also walking a lot in the Swedish nature, and actually you work in a store selling equipment, so that was so great to hear. I want us to talk a little bit about what to bring and why. So I did bring like an example bag. How big is your bag, Hank?
65 liters.
Actually, Anna, I think we need to change places. Yeah, sure. Gå bakom mig nu. So, we need to change places, otherwise I have the microphone only for one. Sorry, we start again. How big backpack do you have?
65 liters. But that was that I kept my hammock and my mosquito net and my tarp and everything. So it's now a little bit empty, but yeah, still 65 liters.
So it's fine for your back, it's no problem with the weight, no. Let's start with this water bottle. Can you get water anywhere along the trail?
You can get water in many places, but not everywhere. I always make sure to have at least one bottle like this with water. And then whenever it's possible, either in the nature or when I pass a pilgrim center or somewhere else, I always fill it with water, so I always have some.
Did you dare to drink water from the nature, or have you not?
Yes, I have, but I have a filter. And I use always, when I take water out of nature, I use a filter. But what was told, everywhere is water. You can ask everywhere along the route, and you get it.
Yes, but sometimes you will get in places where there are no houses, and you will get more of those later on also. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Something that you mentioned that you brought. What this, right?
Yeah, I had a little there, but no, a lot. Yes, very important. Even when you never walk blisters, you take it with you for when you need it.
What about you? Do you usually get problems with your feet, or are you okay?
I'm actually really lucky with my feet. I've never had any huge issues with blisters and such. So I'm lucky in that sense.
But I understand you. I would bring Compede as well, because I do have that problem. At the moment, I did not have a first aid kit in my home, so this will just represent the first aid kit. I think you said you brought one, did you?
Yes, yes. It's necessary. There can happen everything on your way. Be prepared.
Definitely, I agree. I don't know really how the weather was when you started, but when we started the broadcast 2 weeks ago, it was really, really sunny, so you cannot think that at the moment. But then it could be important to bring something for your head.
Yes, important, a little one. It's very heavy.
A small one is definitely much better. But
And a hat. Yes.
good. Sunscreen and a hat, and I did not, of course, pack any clothes in here, but I have the other things. Let's talk about the shoes, like a little hard shoe that you will not break your feet, kind of thing. You have kind of the same.
I have them too. Yeah.
And this is what you prefer walking in.
I prefer working in this when you walk here on St. Olavsleden, and especially along the trail where it's a little bit narrow and a lot of stones and tree. And I would also say, especially when you walk across the border from Sweden to Norway, then it's really useful. And also because the weather can shift a lot, and then it's good to have proper shoes.
And when you walk the whole day and you come to this place where you're going to stay for the night, it's really nice to bring something else, right?
Yes. The big shoes out, they can dry. And then also for your feet, some sandals. Yeah, nice.
Good. So sandals is a really good one. And if you want something really light, this is also something that I sometimes bring when I walk. I have toilet paper. Is that important for you?
Yes, yes. You ask, speak with Anna about it. Yeah, it's important. Toilet paper and a little shovel.
Yes, a little shovel, and if possible, also you can burn it, as we said, or bring it with you. So that's still important. Just not litter in the nature. Oh, and then we come to food, and actually, this is a camper stove. And you said you did bring that, but it is possible, I think, for some people, they choose just to bring the thermos, maybe a bigger one. So they make hot water in the morning, and then they make the food from that during the day. You have the stove. How do you do, Anna?
It depends. Sometimes I walk with the groups, and we stay at accommodations. But when I walk alone, I bring my stove. I like to have the freedom to prepare my food whenever I wish and wherever I wish. So I personally take the stove.
Good. I like the stove too, because you can get better food, more nice food. Okay. We all have pants and it's cold outside. Did you bring shorts?
I have pants where I can zip off my and yeah, I have shorts, yeah, but I've also thermo with if it's cold. Yeah.
Because I would say I don't know if you agree, but this is a country that could have 25 degrees or with sun, or you can have 7 degrees and rain, and it's a big difference in what you need in your backpack.
Yeah, and everything you must take with you. Everything must be there. Yesterday we had hail. Hail. Yeah. Wow. So it's everything is possible.
And according to clothes, of course, rain gear is something that everyone needs to bring.
Yeah, Sunday was a bad day. It rained the whole day. Yeah, you have a good rain clothes. It's very necessary.
Okay, and now we come to the mosquitoes. Did you bring any kind of repellent with you?
Yeah, I had someone from last year when I was in Sweden, and I've bought also new. Yeah.
So that's one way. There is a repellent, different kinds, of course, and something that both me and my photographer Tilda uses is a little machine that you can use. It's a small gas and some smell for the mosquitoes, and it's really good. They usually go away for like a few meters from where you are, but it's a big thing to carry, but it's good. We agree.
I have one. It's heavy. It's not going on a walk. It's not going with me.
So what you can do is you can use the mosquito hat.
Yeah, in the backpack.
Good, you have it?
Yes.
Do you bring mosquito hat or repellent? You are Swedish.
I bring the repellent at least. Yeah.
And the mosquitoes are always here in the summer, but they are here more in the beginning than in the end, right?
That's correct.
So if you don't want the mosquitoes, go in September.
Yeah. It's actually really nice to walk in September. I would recommend to try that. The air is really fresh and crispy, and the sun is also warm once it's up. So it's a really nice time of year to do the walk.
And I think we have to say that the mosquitoes are not that bad. It's not like we are having mosquitoes everywhere. But this summer is a bad one, and because they can be. And it's bad if you sleep in a hammock.
Yeah, that was not...
Absolutely. Let's see if I have something. Oh, yes. This one I think is important. Just to bring something that where you know where to put your garbage, not to happen to drop it somewhere. And if you have a few of them, you can throw them away when you get to a village or a city or something, and then take the new one for the next day. As I said, I did not bring a full package, but from your experience, is there something else that don't forget this and think about that? Something you want to say about gear?
Well, as a pilgrim and as a deacon, I would say I would like to add, except for the gear, I would like to add like the spirit of being a pilgrim, to have the right mindset. The mindset to be open for the shifts, because everything can shift from one day to the other. Your temper or your mood can shift really quick. The weather can shift really quick. Sometimes you will feel lonely and in long for company, and other times you will want to be by your own. So the right mindset, and also the spirit of being a pilgrim is about being able to live in simplicity. So of course there are some things, some gear that are really necessary, like we've been talking about, but the best thing with being a pilgrim is that you can actually do a pilgrimage and a walk with not having to have a lot of stuff with you. And the lesser stuff that you will have with you, the freer you will feel, I think. So I would like to add that.
It's beautiful said. And then I just have to ask, do you agree on that?
Yes, sure. Yes. I have one luxury thing there, an e-book to read when I think I'm lonely, and then I can read my book. And I think for myself it was very important. I walk alone, and I have a little gimmick there. When I'm in problems, I can push a button and they come to help me.
Have you felt lonely, or have you felt that loneliness actually heals you at the moment? How is it so far?
No, I don't feel me lonely. It's quite okay. So I not read a lot on this moment. Sitting and look at the nature, look around, and thinking.
Good. Thank you so much, and thank you, both of you, and also the other Anna who was here before. And now I want you all watching to see what this beautiful view is, more than just through the window. Because outside here there is a part, you told me before, Anna, that where you can put up your tent. And there
It's free. Anyone who wants to put their tent here, it's for free, as long as there is space, of course. But we have plenty of space.
and beside the tents, you can also make a fire.
Yeah, there's a fireplace, and it's already made for you. We have wooden there, and we have some sticks, so you can barbecue, and it's really nice.
Perfect. I guess I will just take my backpack as it is and start walking the way that the pilgrim trail leaves from here. And we will be back again next Tuesday, and that time we will be in Åre. And Åre is, you know, one of the ski resorts, but in the summertime there is no skiing, so then there is a lot of biking. So we will talk about biking the Sankt Olavsleden, but also stay within your inner and talk a little about meditation and yoga and visit the old church of Åre. So see you next Tuesday.